I'm super excited about today's sponsor. They've sponsored the podcast before, and this is a topic I'm super passionate about. I fear that us as girls struggle with PMS far more than we should, and we really shouldn't. I truly get the worst PMS symptoms. My boobs are sensitive, my face breaks out, my sugar controllings are out of whack. I feel like I'm just a bottomless pit. My mood is not the vibe, and Estro Control has been super helpful in helping manage those PMS symptoms and making that time of the month a lot more enjoyable. Estro Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Say no more. Estro Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, especially if you are someone like myself who struggles with PMS. It was created to help women feel like themselves all month long and to not struggle with the feelings PMS can cause. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Alana at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code Alana for 15% off today.
This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech! And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Ah, smell the difference? Hefty Ultra Strong has Arm & Hammer with continuous odor control, so no matter what's inside your trash, you can stay one step ahead of stinky. And for bigger jobs, try the superior strength of Hefty Large Black Bags.
This is the smell of a warm 3-day-old egg salad sandwich in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech!
And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag with new Fabuloso lemon scent.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Smell the difference? When life gives you stinky, get Hefty Ultra Strong with new Fabuloso lemon scent. It smells like clean, freshly picked lemons. So no matter what's inside your trash, you can stop the stink and smell the lemon.
Hello, good morning, angels, and welcome back to Morning Ray. I'm your host, Lan or Alana, and I actually cannot right now. I walked in. Okay, if you're a new listener, I run into Shawn Mendes a lot. I call him Coffee Boy, but this morning I went to go grab coffee. I know I should be making coffee at home, but I just went to go grab coffee. It's not even 8 a.m., guys. I go to grab coffee, and I'm like walking up to the coffee shop, and I see him sitting in the front little window. And I walk in, and I can barely order my coffee. I saw him yesterday, too. We just, passed. But, he was just, chilling there. And I still couldn't get myself to say hi. I don't know. It's I just cannot speak around him. And, the owner of the coffee shop was there. And, the one girl that's always – the one barista that's always there was there. And, they kept looking at me do you not realize who's sitting in the shop sort of thing? I just couldn't say hi. And today I was I'm going to say hi if I see him. And no, I'm absolutely done. I should not get to see him this many times and not be able to speak to him. If you have any tips on how to approach him, please let me know in my DMs. I got some of you letting me know what you call the US. Apparently, it's very Canadian of me to say that it's the States. And if you live in the US, you call it the US or America. But anyways, Hot Girl Reset Sweat event. I said I'd do a little recap of everything on last week's pod episode, but it was truly just an amazing experience. I was so anxious before because I wanted everyone to have fun. I didn't know, it was my first event, kind of got a little nervous. But it was truly incredible. I had it at Jaybird here in Toronto. I had incredible sponsors. I had some friends that attended. I met a lot of you guys. And it was just honestly just such a surreal feeling just being in a class with 36 of you guys and
doing the bird class, one of my favorites, with Ariel. And it was just like incredible. The energy was immaculate. I had everyone introduce themselves and say how they felt in one word afterwards. And we just got to like chat and hang out. And I really tried my best to go around and introduce myself to everyone and talk to all of you guys. So if you attended the Hot Girl Reset Sweat event at Jaybird recently, thank you so much for coming. It really means the world. I know I've said it a million times over already, especially if you were there, but it was just like such a surreal feeling. And I definitely want to do more events like that for charity. So definitely expect more Hot Girl Reset Sweat events in the future. Maybe that's the new brand name for them. I don't know, but we're going to have more of them in the future. I think it was a lot of fun, and I definitely don't want that to be a one and done deal. Kaylee and Trin are coming in this week. Kaylee comes out on Friday. Trin comes in tomorrow, but tomorrow's supposed to be a snowstorm, so I'm praying her flight doesn't get delayed or anything. But yeah. They're coming. I'm so excited. They're spending a little weekend with me here in Toronto. And I saw Trin when I was in Van, and I haven't seen Kaylee since like September when we went to New York Fashion Week. I was going to say April. I'm like, no, I saw her in September. It's early, guys. It's 8:20 a.m. I'm recording this before I go to personal training, which I actually am sore from on Monday. I really don't get sore easily, and I was saying this to my friends, like I do not get sore, and I'm sore. So kind of scared for today, but it will be good. Okay, weekly intention. My weekly intention is to grocery shop because I still haven't grocery shopped since getting back from Vancouver, and I've been eating takeout way too much, which you know was a goal to eliminate from my Hot Girl Reset Challenge. So we're going to grocery shop. I also have another weekly intention for myself, which isn't super relatable for everyone, but I want to get back into YouTube and I want to get back into posting reels and stuff. I feel like I kind of fell off of it when I went to Vancouver, so just get back into that. And the tip of the week is to plan out my groceries, make a grocery list, and order them if I need to. Especially because it's cold, it's kind of not fun to walk with all the groceries in your hands right now. So just like thinking ahead, thinking of my future self vibes. Current obsessions. I finally got a kettle. I'm obsessed with my kettle. She boils water so quickly, like in 20 seconds. I don't think I've ever had a kettle boil water this fast. Explains why it's like $200, but she's a stunning queen. I did a little unboxing vid on my TikTok and on Instagram Reels, if you saw. I'm also obsessed with these knit sweaters from Oak and Fort. Literally got them last night. I was wearing one last night from like the moment I got it. I'm in one right now. They're just really cute. I got like a quarter zip one and then I got a full zip one, but like the zipper's kind of hidden. It's kind of cute vibes. And then also obsessed with work dates with little friends. Little work dates with friends at coffee shops, hotel lobbies. Just like doing work and hanging with friends, you got to be social. You kind of feel like you're in a working environment, but you're getting shit done. Okay, now let's get into this episode. If you saw the title, it's called Being That Girl and 2023 Vision Boards, Manifestations, Goal Settings. It is a part one of a 2-part series. So between this week and next week, I'm going to be giving you guys episodes that are really going to allow you to level up in 2023 and quote unquote be that girl. So this one is all about manifestation, goal setting, creating those vision boards before the new year. And then the next one is going to cover routine resets, healthy habits, and mindsets. It's really easy to get trapped into all the marketing of like these quick fixes and fad diets and whatnot. So I really want to make sure that we're on a good headspace when it comes to our routines and everything. We're going in with that hot girl mentality, that girl vibe and energy. So let's get into goal setting. I'm going to go over goal setting. I'm going to go over vision boards, manifestations, essentially how I did it last year, like what I plan on doing this year, and you can take with it what you will. I really like this. Maybe we can go and reflect, like after I go through goal setting, we can go through my goals from last year and recap them and see what we achieved. yeah, I think that will be fun to do. So goal setting. I used something called Miro Board last year. It's kind of like this like collaborative space, but you can use it just for yourself. And I made they call it an opportunity solution tree. So I started off the top with my 22 goals, and then I broke it down into several different categories. How many categories did I do? I did 9 different categories. I'll tell you what they are. And then underneath each category, there were sometimes subcategories. So there's like, okay, they're in subcategories. There are goals, and then there are more like specified smaller goals like underneath those bigger goals. So the categories that I broke down my opportunity solution tree into were money and prudence, family and relationships, body and health, career and life path, play and creativity, education and learning, entrepreneurship. One could say entrepreneurship could fit into career and life path. However, when I made this, I was not working fully for myself, so that's why I separated them. Sociability and friendships, the world and community. So these are the categories that I decided to do last year. I think I'm going to do them again this year because I did really like them. I got a lot of inspiration from, if I'm remembering correctly, not rightly. I don't think rightly is a word. If I'm remembering correctly, 437 on their How the Fuck platform page posted like goal setting for the new year, and they used some of these categories. So that's where I got the inspiration from. Under money and prudence, I said that I wanted to pay off my student loan by the end of April 2022. And then I like said what I was going to pay monthly, and I achieved that. I think I achieved that actually by February. I then said I wanted to make a combined income of 6 figures. And I said that I wanted 60% of this income to come independently, like not from my salary. And then I said like how many brand deals I wanted to be securing monthly, like what that would look like in terms of like monetary amounts. And then I said I wanted to receive either a 5% income raise either at my current job or from job hopping. I will say I did achieve this 6-figure goal. I would say 60%. Let's see if it's 60%. I haven't calculated what it is. Around 67% came from my own individual income. Sorry, this is off topic, but my friend Hunter said her mom that I should rehearse what to say to Sean so I'm not caught off guard. See, I do this mentally, but I just can't. It's like I'm in his presence and like every like tactic and skill of mine to talk to men goes away. Yeah. Okay. So I paid off my student loans. I surpassed my goal to make 60% of my income independently by getting 67%. I did not receive an income raise from my job, but I guess I kind of did because now that I'm working for myself and in my freelancing, I've been able to secure more on a monthly basis, very minimally, but I guess, guys, I'm just being very vulnerable over here with my finances. I said I wanted to invest in NFTs. I didn't invest in NFTs. However, I did get a financial advisor, and I did start to put money aside on a monthly basis into a TFSA and an RSP. So I feel like that's growth. I said with NFTs, I wanted to educate myself on NFTs, and I wanted a positive return on investments. We all know how the stock market kind of went this year. But I did get a financial advisor, and I did start to invest money monthly into an RSP and TFSA. So I feel like that satisfies that investment portion. Overall, money and prudence, I feel like we did pretty well for 2022. Family and relationships. I wanted to spend more time with my family, get closer with my sister. I wanted to pursue relationships that are healthy and serve me. What did I write here? I wrote supportive of my endeavors and interests, motivating in career, health, and life, self-driven and motivated, aspirational, provides my love languages, which are words of affirmation, quality time, and acts of service, respectful. I feel like I'm physical touch now, not really, maybe. respectful of me and others, family-oriented, mature. I feel like I definitely went through it with relationships this year. I did a little dating Wrapped for my friends. It's not going on socials. Thank you very much. It's very funny. I feel like I really leveled up in how I let men treat me this year. Now, was I perfect this year? Absolutely not. But I do think the patterns of negative behavior or negative encounters with men definitely weren't as frequent. We didn't have really many heartbreaks this year. And I think that's growth. Did I find a partner? I'll get back to you on that. But I also came to a point where I didn't feel like desperate for, or like I don't feel desperate to have a boyfriend or to be in a serious relationship. And I think this kind of came a lot with starting to work for myself. And I guess I like held a lot of, I've always held a lot of masculine energy, and I still think I am. But I also think I started to embrace my feminine energy a bit more, at least like in relationships, whether they be like platonic or like romantic or like casual or whatever. I did start to embrace like more of that feminine energy. I also feel like I think I did like achieve like this, like pursue relationships that are healthy and serve me, because I feel like my mindset around relationships, like I said, really changed. And I no longer put the men or the other person in the relationship on the pedestal. I put myself on the pedestal. I don't seek external validation from that person anymore. I feel like it still is an initial tendency or thought process, but I don't follow through with it. I always stop myself before like I'm able to catch myself and realize why I might be acting out that way and that I'm doing it for external validation. So I definitely think we saw a lot of growth. We've let go of a lot of things, and we stopped a lot of patterns that weren't serving me. So family and relationships, I feel like were successful. I definitely got closer with my family this year. Definitely went through lots of ups and downs. There's like quite a few things in terms of family life that I haven't spoken about with you guys, and I'm personally not ready to speak about it yet. It's still something that I'm processing, and it's very sensitive. So this year was definitely rough in the family department, but I do think it brought our family closer to a certain degree. My sister also had her first child, so I'm now an aunt, and I feel like that has brought us a bit closer. So I definitely feel like family and relationships served me well in 2022, despite a lot of battles and ups and downs and hard times with family stuff this year. Okay, body and health. I said find peace with my body image, eat for nutrition and soul, not aesthetic means, and run a 10K marathon. I did not run a 10K marathon. I did not sign up. The Lululemon one didn't happen. That was a goal. I said I wanted to run 2 to 3 times a week. I feel like I got back into this near the end of the year. And I said I wanted to challenge myself in running 1 time a week with speed, distance, and hills, which I did start to do when I was like starting to do my like running challenge in October and everything. I think I found peace with my body image to a certain degree. I definitely feel like I do love myself more. I am more comfortable with my size and my weight, but I definitely still have had low body image days. I don't think that's ever going to go away. I think it's totally normal. So I feel like I did find peace. Eat for nutrition and soul, not aesthetic means. No crash diets and restricting. Balanced meals. Grocery shop properly. Plan out dinners and shop accordingly. I feel like I go through my phases with this one. We did pretty good. We did decent over here. Okay. Career and life path. Receive a job promotion either at work or through job hopping. No, that did not happen. Increase skill set and capabilities. Learn how to successfully run paid ads on socials. I did not learn that. But I do feel like I increased my skill set and capabilities. Consult for another company outside of work. I'm doing that now, so I feel like I've achieved that. And live in a condo alone by August 2022. I did that by May, so we're just ambitious over here. Okay, I feel like Korean life path was pretty. I feel like a lot of these 2022 goals were pretty successful over here. Obviously there's lots that like I didn't do, and you'll see even more once we get into education and learning. Oh, I did not do any of those, but it just goes to show that when you write things out, like, you are more likely to achieve them. Okay. Play and creativity. I separated this into travel and concerts and festivals. Under travel, I said I wanted to do an East Coast trip, so Montreal or like New York. A West Coast trip, I wanted to do Vancouver or LA. I said Australia. I wanted to go on Birthright, do Israel and Europe. Didn't do Australia and Birthright this year, but I do feel like I successfully did East and West Coast trips. To West Coast, I did Vancouver, I did Whistler, I did Scottsdale, I did LA. East Coast, I did New York twice. I also traveled like up north to like Muskoka a lot this year, so I feel like traveling, I did really great. I did great. Concerts and festivals. I said I wanted to see Justin Bieber. I did successfully see him before he canceled his tour. I wanted to see Shawn Mendes. I was going to, but then he canceled his tour. I almost saw Harry Styles, but his tickets were insane. And I also had Madison Beer on here. I did not see her. I also put Coachella. I almost went to Coachella, but it just wasn't working. So someone's calling me. Sorry. FedEx was calling me. Okay. I did not go to Coachella. It almost happened, but it was just like too complicated. Education and learning. I said I wanted to read one book a month. I said I wanted to do one educational read and one fiction read. I didn't really do this. I barely read this year. However, near the end of the I need to get back on my reading. I was reading Attached and Atomic Habits. I still need to finish those. I said I wanted to listen to an educational podcast 2 times a week. If anything goes and what we said counts as educational podcasts, I achieved that. If not, we're going to pass on that. Okay, entrepreneurship. I wanted to release a product or service to allow for passive income. I did not really do that. I wanted to trademark my name. I didn't do that. I wanted to increase my following and engagement on socials. I didn't really hit these goals. I'm pretty close to the goal. So I set a goal of 100K on TikTok. It's forever my goal. I set a goal of 60K on Instagram. I feel like I'm pretty close to that. I'm at 57.6. And I want to reach 30K on YouTube. We're about halfway there. Grow and monetize the podcast. I wanted to get into the top 20 on Apple Podcast charts, which we did thanks to you guys. I wanted to reach 500,000 total downloads. I doubled this goal. I hit 1 million a few months ago. And I wanted to average 10K listeners per episode, and I've surpassed that. I also wanted to secure 2 paid sponsors per month. I surpassed that too. So my podcast is just my golden star over here in 2022.
Being super busy can make it really easy to fall into a dinner time recipe rut, or even with your lunches. Any meal, honestly, can get you into a rut, especially with a busy schedule this fall. You can keep mealtime exciting with over 40 recipes to choose from every single week, so there's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. It's truly a no-brainer. It does all the shopping and meal planning for you. Ingredients arrive at your doorstep, pre-proportioned and ready to cook, along with pictured step-by-step recipe cards. It's never been easier. I personally love HelloFresh as a way to get exposure to new recipes, make my life a bit easier as a busy 20-year-old in the city. And I love that it's worry-free, it's super easy, it's convenient, and gets delivered straight to my door. Go to hellofresh.com/50ray and use code 50ray for 50% off plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/50RAE and use code 50ray, 50RAE for 50% off plus free shipping.
HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and thank you for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, last two little sections. We have sociability and friendships. I wanted to build deeper bonds with current friends by actively making plans with friends, whether it be coffee, drinks, meals, activities, and say yes to more social events. I feel like I was definitely a lot more social this year. I feel like I've really deepened my relationships with my friends. I feel like we've gotten really close, especially a few friends. I feel like we've gotten really, really close this year. And I feel like our relationships are just like better and healthier and deeper and everything. So overall, I feel like sociability and friendships went really well this year. Then the world and community, donate to charity a percentage of profits. I donated all the profits. Well, I'm still waiting for them to come through from Eventbrite, but I'm donating all of the profits from my Hot Girl Reset event. I also donated earlier in the year to CMHA. So I feel like we achieved a lot this year. And I hope you take the moment before setting your goals for 2023 to look at maybe if you set goals for 2022 and you wrote them down somewhere, go back and find where you wrote them and just reflect on that and take a moment to be proud of yourself and to really just like admire like even like the little wins that you made this year. Or maybe you didn't write down any goals and you just want to reflect. Grab your journal and kind of just like reflect on like what you've been able to accomplish this year. Like what growth did you personally have as a human? Like just really reflect on that. I know I'm going to do that in a little journaling exercise. Just like ask yourself like, how did I grow this year? And maybe break it down into your self-esteem and like your relationship with yourself, school, career, relationships, platonic and romantic and whatnot. Okay, vision boards. I love vision boards. You guys know I love Pinterest. I'm always pinning on Pinterest. It's my favorite thing ever. So when I make my vision boards, I go onto Pinterest and I create a yearly vision board or Pinterest board and pin everything that I want to manifest visually into my life. You can also go into magazines and cut out images, but I personally love Pinterest. You can also go out and print these images from Pinterest and do a physical vision board. I've been into doing digital ones. I'll do it on like Canva or PowerPoint or whatever. And I'll kind of break the vision board into categories or sections. So my one for this year had like career and travel. It had health and wellness. It had friendships. It had relationships and stuff like that. And it kind of just like I would put all the images that kind of correlated to those little categories in like the same area on the board. I also utilize words and numbers. So putting angel numbers, or if I had any numeric goals, like hitting a certain amount of podcast downloads or followers or income or whatever, I would put like the number, or maybe there's like words that resonate with me. So I put like little quotes throughout the images. I like setting this as my laptop background and my phone background. On my phone, I will literally just like use the desktop screensaver one and like put it on a section that I want to focus on. But I love vision boards. I feel like they really help you visualize what you want to achieve this year. And my past 2 vision boards, I like don't like intentionally like see these photos and like recreate them, but I end up having a lot of like similar photos or moments in my life that represent and reflect exactly what was shown in those photos. So it's kind of cool. I know Trin, Kaylee, and I went over this on an episode of Trin's podcast when we first went to New York when we were looking at our vision boards. So like I feel like maybe I should pull out my vision board and we should like see how much I've achieved this year. Because we did my Miro board. I know we're very focused on me, but like this could be fun. Okay, let's find my vision board because it's not my background right now. Okay, I found it. Okay. So mine was divided up into relationships, travel / plans with friends, entrepreneurship, fitness / me time, and then where I wanted to live. And then I also had the quotes, "You have always been enough, be happy, never stop dreaming." I have a picture of a kitchen and it has white backsplash and white countertops and a similar shaped, it's the same shaped faucet, just silver, mine's black, and it has underhead lights and it's someone holding a key in front of it. And like for me, that was to live alone and be able to afford to live alone. And my kitchen literally looks like that, and I live alone. There's also a picture of like a bed up next to a window with buildings and like a sunset or sunrise in the background, and I literally have that view from my bed. I mean, that's in a different city, but like I have like the same sort of aesthetic and vibe. There's pictures of California. There's pictures of someone in a New York City taxi cab. There's someone in like an MCM, like mid-century modern chair, like very boss girl vibes, and I have a photo like that. There's a picture of a girl on her hot girl walks, which you know I went on a lot. There's a picture of her in the gym with weights, which you guys know I started doing personal training this year. There's a picture of a girl that looked like she just went on a run. You know, I started like getting into running again near the end of the year. There's a picture of Sean's hand. I think this morning proves that like I still keep running into him. There's pictures on planes with friends, in New York City with friends. And I feel like I pretty much have like a lot of these photos like in my camera roll. There's a photo of a girl blowing out candles on her birthday with like a cute aesthetic cake. I definitely had that. There's a lot of relationship stuff. I don't have a boyfriend, but I feel like this is starting to maybe come together a little bit to a certain degree. Minimally, very minimally. Emphasis on minimally. But it's kind of cool to look back on this vision board, and I'm really excited to make my one for 2023. I love vision boards. Okay. Manifestations, because we're already 30 minutes in, and I like to keep these episodes nice little snack bites for you. Manifestations. I love to manifest. I guess making your Miro board is kind of like goal setting and manifestations, vision boards. They all go like hand in hand with one another, which is why I wanted to touch on them. You can choose to do all of them. You can choose to do one of them that resonates with you. But when it comes to manifestations, I love doing journaling prompts. I'll literally just Google like New Year's journal prompts, or like half the time the girls that I follow on Instagram will post them, and I'll just like take the ones that resonate the most with me. Margot Lee posts a lot of great prompts. So does Sophia Kelly. So does Maya Fiorella. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, like XX Maya on Instagram. But I also love doing mind dumps, like going, like a mind dump in the sense that I like go into specific detail about certain areas of my life and how I want it to look, how I want it to feel, what I want to be happening, like who's there with me, like really, really specific, almost like a visualization. So you can sit and like meditate and visualize, which I love doing. I love doing it with my feet up on the wall. I feel like I get into like such like an intensive like meditation state. And you can do that like mentally, but I also love to like write it down. You can write out your goals instead of just doing it like on the Miro board, and like put them into like a manifestation format. So like, but in January 2023, I have XYZ or like whatever, you know, like the manifestation format. I always connect it with a date, whether it be like a month, a year, a timeline. I got really specific about how I'm feeling physically. So sometimes I'll write like, I'm so grateful and my heart is so full now that I have XYZ on X date or whatever. Really get specific with those manifestations. Write them as if you already have them. It's in the present tense. You already own it. You already have it. You're ready to receive it. But that is what I have for this week's episode. So you can do your goal setting. I'll go over the categories again for the little goal setting opportunity chart: money and prudence, family and relationships, body and health, career and life path, play and creativity, education and learning, entrepreneurship, sociability and friendships, the world and community. You can make vision boards. I use Pinterest. I put it together on Canva, or you can use like PowerPoint or slides or whatever, or you can print them out and do it physically and do it on like a Bristol board or something like that. You can even like get together with your friends. Like I know me and Corey did this last year and did ours together. You can have like a little vision board party. Super fun. I think I'm going to do that this year. Like drink some wine, make some cookies, order in some pizza or pasta or whatever floats your boat. And then make your vision boards together. I love making little categories. I love setting it as my laptop and phone background. And then manifestations, do this in your own comfort. Write it out in your journal. There's no better feeling than visualizing and writing out specifically what you want for yourself. And manifestations, I really do think come true. Like if you seeing and hear, well, I guess you didn't see my like Miro board, but if hearing me go through my Miro board and my vision board and discussing how so many of these things actually actualized into a reality because I wrote them out and I subconsciously thought about and took the actions and next steps to be able to achieve them, manifestation is real. I think like the reason why a lot of people are like, oh, like manifestation isn't real, because you can't just write it down and not do anything and expect it to just like come out of your ass sort of thing. Like you have to still put in the work. The reason why manifestations work is because it brings this goal subconsciously front of mind. Okay, that completely like went against each other. But you bring something front of mind and then it lives in your subconscious. So then when you're making decisions and taking actions and steps in your day-to-day life, they're going to eventually lead you into a place to achieving those goals. And it could be exactly specific as what you written down, or it could be slightly similar. It could be a better result. It could be a slightly worse off result and eventually get better. It might take a little bit longer, but it will actualize. And I can confidently say that many, many of my goals and manifestations have come true. And you just got to believe in yourself. You got to write it down, put in the work, and you can be that girl. But anyways, I will see you guys next week in part 2. So definitely make sure to subscribe to the pod or press follow, whatever podcast podcast platform you're listening on so that you don't miss part 2, which is going to cover routines, healthy habits, and mindsets. So more of like the physical things of leveling up in 2023, being that girl in 2023. If you like this episode of Morning Ray, I would love if you could leave a rating or review. I love reading all your reviews. They really do touch my heart. And by leaving ratings, that's how you can help support the pod, keep us in the charts, keep things going over here. But I love you guys so much, and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products, because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.